Find a comfortable seat. If that means sitting on something, that's great. And let the knees fall away. Let yourself grow up out of the hips. Maybe take a couple rolls of the shoulder blades so that the shoulders can come down. Nice long neck, chin parallel to the ground, maybe even a little tuck so you can lengthen the back of your cervical spine. And then you can choose if you want that left hand to face up or to face down. And then on your right hand, you're going to bring your two peace fingers to the palm, like the thumb palm, I'll call it. And you're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to adjust the alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so I'm going to get us started, and you're just going to continue, and I'm going to share a little bit about the theme of our class today while you're doing this alternate nose breathing, and hopefully it all feels connected. So we always want to start in and end on our left nostril with our in energy. So you can go ahead and cover that right nostril as you begin to inhale through the left. Cover both, then release the right, exhale out the right. Inhale right, seal both, exhale left. Inhale left, seal both, exhale right. Inhale right, seal both, exhale left. Continue at your own pace, inhaling left, sealing, exhaling right. Inhaling right, sealing, exhaling left. So continue at your own pace there, trying to even your breath. So if you're, for example, counting to inhale for 5 and exhaling for 5, and then maybe with each round you can take it up maybe to 6 or 7. But if you start to feel like it's too constrictive, just take it down a notch. So we have been going through the yamas and the niyamas together, and we finished the yamas, and as we turn to the niyamas, we move our attention on from our adult relationship with the world to an adult relationship with ourselves. So we move from sort of a social discourse focus more to an internal focus with the niyamas. And the first niyama is Saucha, which translates to purity. So thus the purification and the breathing we're doing now. And I'll just share a little bit of a reading, and then I'll let you set an intention. And if you can just keep that alternate nostril breathing going, closing the eyes, just staying connected to the breath. We often enter an experience with the clutter of scattered thoughts and potentially leave an experience with even more cluttered thoughts. It's like we are living on the leftovers of where we have been or the preparations of where we are going. Because we have not taken the time to catch up with ourselves, we are everywhere but in the present moment. We are missing out on the fullness of life lived in the richness of what is immediately before us. Instead of entering the moment relaxed and spacious, we arrive often frazzled or late because we try to do one last thing before we left. The practice of Saucha, or purity, asks us to slow down and just do one thing at a time. Purity embodies the slow steadiness and integrity necessary to give all of our attention to one thing at a time. As we practice slowing down and giving each thing our undivided attention, we will find ourselves more integrated and more pure with the present moment. Hurrying or multitasking and busyness, all symbols of success in our culture, can actually harm our sense of purity. So taking time simply to breathe right now and letting that be the one thing you need to do. Let's take one more full round. So going through both sides. Take your time. And as you finish that round, just keep the eyes closed and bring that right hand down to the knee and just feel the flow of the breath through both nostrils. You should feel a nice lightness and coolness in the front of your mind, near the third eye. You can optionally leave the eyes closed here. We'll go through some real simple movements and you can just listen to the body a little bit. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, you'll bring the left hand to the right knee, twisting, bringing the right hand back behind you. Inhaling through center. Exhaling, twisting to the opposite side. So we'll just move with this, with our breath at our own pace, keeping that same evenness to your inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, really feel yourself lengthen. And then as you exhale, engage the core, push the belly button to spine as you twist more deeply. So we'll do a lot of twisting today, as it's a great way to detox and purify, but I'll encourage you to really focus on the breath today. To really think about bringing in that gorgeous oxygen, purifying the lungs, especially as we twist. So next inhale will come all the way up. You can flicker the eyes open if they're closed, and then exhale, just bring the hands down to the knees. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, push them down. You might need to remove the block or the pillow in order to continue here. We want to bring the hands all the way down to the ground. I'm going to be on my fingertips and they're stretched out to the side, and then I'm just drop my ear over to my shoulder. Either side is fine. But with the hands out, you'll notice if your hand's here versus if your hand's here reaching, you're going to feel a really nice stretch through this side and the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the ear towards the shoulder. You should feel that same stretch other side. Sitting nice and tall, pushing into the fingertips. Just take it over one more time. Lengthening. It's a really tiny movement, but you should feel quite a nice stretch there. And you can release that down, maybe shake it out a little bit. You're going to bring your hands forward. We're going to put the right hand on top, and you're going to interlace your fingers. Now, this doesn't have to be super tight. It's actually better if it's a little bit loose. You're going to inhale the arms up over your ears, push the shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the hands through towards the heart and stretch them out. Now you should feel a stretch on that top forearm. Bring it back up, inhale up, exhale. So the tighter you have your grip, the more you're going to feel the stretch on the outside of your top wrist and forearm. Release, last one. We're just going to do 3 of these on each side. It's a unique muscle to stretch, so it might feel a little wonky on the wrist. It's really the only way I know how to stretch it. Inhale up, and then just bring the hands down. This time put the left hand on top, interlock the fingers, interlace the fingers. Inhale, bring the arms up, shoulders away. Bring that fist through, and then feeling the stretch now on that opposite wrist. The forearm. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale it all the way up and then release the hands down. Move back a little bit just so you can see me here. We're going to come into what's called seated pigeon. So just feeling into our hips a little bit before we start to flow. You're going to stack the best you can, knees on top of ankles. And yours might look like this, and that's okay. But you're trying to get your ankle over your knee the best you can, okay? And we're going to inhale up. As you exhale, just fold forward. The bum's going to lift a little bit, but then you put the hands on the mat so you can push the bum back. And then see if you can sink a little bit lower. You should feel a nice stretch in which the hip of whichever leg is on top. Don't worry, we're going to switch sides. Inhale, you're going to come back up. Bring the palms together. As you exhale, you're going to bring your elbow to the sole of the foot that's on top. Push into the hands and try to twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center and simply switch the legs. The opposite one on side. My hips are already cracking. Inhale up, exhale down. Feel that stretch in the hip. Push the seat back. See if you can sink a little bit lower. Inhale, slowly come back up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, try to connect that elbow as close as you can to the sole of the foot. Then push into the hands. One more deep breath. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to come onto tabletop, so you can just rock it forward. Bring the hands to the mat. Push into the tops of the feet. Push into the hands. Bring the elbow eyelids to face one another. Inhale, drop the belly. Looking up, stretch the throat. As you exhale, start the tailbone, curve and round, tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale, maybe close the eyes here. We're going to take 3 more rounds at our own pace. Let's take one last round. And then come back to that neutral spine. We're starting out a little bit slow today, but we are going to get flowing soon here. So enjoy the nice slow movements. We're going to bring our palms together. Hands are under the heart, and actually your hands will kind of make a little shape like this. Inhale that left hand up. Little spinal rotation here. Exhale down. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale down. Move with your own breath. Keep pushing into the tops of the feet. Keep pushing into that hand that's connecting with the earth. Take one more round on each side. Push the belly button to spine so you can really twist deeply. Engaging the core. We're going to bring it back down. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come into puppy pose just for a few breaths. Drop the heart down. You can connect either the third eye or the chin with the ground. Try to keep the hips above the knees and then slide that heart down. Melt it towards the earth. Feel a nice stretch through the shoulders. One more deep breath. Next inhale, slowly bringing it back up. We're going to inhale that right hand up. This time as you exhale, thread the needle, drop the shoulder and the head down to the mat. Right, so we're here, and you can walk those fingertips forward if it feels okay. And then you can stay right here and just feel that stretch across the shoulder blades. Or you can try to take your left foot back and stretch through the calf. So now I'm feeling like a really nice side stretch all the way down. It adds a little bit of a balance challenge there. You slowly bring that left knee back down, left hand, inhale it up. Exhale it down. Taking it to the other side. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, thread the needle. This time walk the right fingertips forward first. You can stay right here, or you can play with that balance of stretching that right foot back, pushing into the ball of the foot. One more deep breath. Slowly bring that right knee back, right fingertips back. Inhale all the way up and open. Exhale, both hands down. Gonna curl the toes under, push it back, downward facing dog. Pedal into the feet, stretching out the calves. Taking any movements that feel good just to warm up a little bit before we start to flow. Try to get the, from the crease of the wrists all the way to the tailbone, nice straight line, and bend the knees as much as you need to here to get that. And then finding some stillness in that down dog, letting the heels sink and the hips lift. Deep inhale, coming to the tiptoes. Exhale, step it forward in front of the mat. Pausing here. We're going to plant the left hand, inhale, right hand up. Forward fold twist. You can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, one more round. Maybe even bend the knees and see if it feels better to bend or straighten. Hit a different spot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's pause here for a moment. Bring the thumbs to the sternum. Place the feet nice firmly into the mat. Let the shoulder blades roll away from the ears. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths here. Connect with an intention. We talked a little bit about letting go, being in the present moment, connecting with the breath. What speaks to you regarding Saucha, or purity, present here? Choosing just to do this one thing for ourselves here today. Inhale, let's bring the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, drop it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Slowly lowering yourself all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Push yourself up through plank. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Feel that breath travel all the way into the back. Next, inhale to the toes. Exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Round 2, Surya Namaskar. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back. Maybe drop the knees. Maybe all one solid line. Inhale, baby cobra. Or maybe bring it a little higher. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. When we come into that down dog, work on filling the mind. Work on just finding that connection to your mantra, to your intention, to your dedication.
Inhale to the toes. Exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, bring the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take it through 1/3 and final round here at your own pace as you're ready. Pause for those 3 deep breaths. As you finish that 3rd and final round, take your time. Bring the thumbs to the sternum, close the eyes. Pause here, take a few deep breaths. Next, inhale. Let's flow together, bringing the hands up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale, push it back. I'm gonna warm up the hips a bit. We'll inhale that right leg up to the sky. 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Lower yourself down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, push the hips back, straighten the legs. You can have that left knee down if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last round here. Exhale. Inhale, coming forward. Let's plant that left hand. Inhale, that right hand up. Lunging twist. Maybe that gaze can come up to that right thumb. One more deep breath. As you exhale, bring that hand down, straighten that front leg. Bring yourself around, coming into a wide-legged fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply. Maybe the forearms can work their way to the mat. Try to bring your weight into the heels rather than the toes. Shake the head yes and no. You can take any arm variation that feels good to you. Take 2 more deep breaths here. As you exhale, try to release all the muscles in the thighs, around the knees. Let gravity do the work. Inhale, plant the hands. Bring yourself to that half lift. Exhale, bring it over to the back of your mat, over the left foot. Same thing, other side. Inhale, opening that heart. As you exhale, straightening that front leg, pushing the hips back. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe pausing in either of these postures if it feels good. Take 1 more round. Meet in that forward lunge, plant the right hand. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Maybe you can gaze at that left thumb. Push firmly into that right hand. Work on getting your knee over ankle, and then just feel like you're pushing your shoulder blades together into that back wall. Deep inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Straighten the legs. Bring yourself back to that wide-legged fold. Maybe you can heel toe the feet a little wider. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Work on bringing the forearms or the head to the ground, or just work on each exhale, releasing these muscles. Relax the neck, relax the jaw. Try to bring the weight into the heels. One more deep breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring it to the other, back to the front of your mat. Step that foot back. You can flow here or just push back to downward facing dog. Calming in down dog. Inhale to the toes, exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it all the way up to the top. So we're gonna step our right foot over our left. Inhale the arms up. With your left hand, grab your right wrist, and we're just coming into a nice side bend here. So just feel a really nice stretch through that right side body. Try to avoid just pushing the hips out, but keeping the hips over the knees. Inhale through center, switch the crossing, left on top. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, side bend. Inhale through center, exhale down. Standing twist, inhale, hands up. Exhale, twist to your right, look back to your right hand. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Last round here. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. This time fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back. Either push back down dog or flow. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, step it through. We're gonna stay low, and you can lower that back knee. If you need to, double up the mat for a little extra padding. We won't be here too long. Inhale, bring the hands to the top of the knee. Really sink into that left hip flexor. Feel a nice stretch there. Avoid just arching into your back, and instead push the belly button towards the spine to start to lengthen, seeing a nice straight line back here. Push into the hands to help support that. You can stay right here. We're gonna come into a twist. So you're gonna bring that left elbow to the right knee. Push the palms together. Gaze up over that right shoulder. Now we're gonna try to tuck the toes and bring up the hips. Excuse me. Deep inhale here. We're gonna unwind all the way to warrior two. So bring the body up and then open up to warrior two. Should feel really good releasing that hip right now. So warrior two, our right knee is forward. Inhale to reverse. You're gonna straighten that front leg and then coming forward into our triangle. Hand can be up on the thigh, hand can be on the shin, hand could be on the ankle, but the second you start that left shoulder coming forward, go back up a bit so you can stack the shoulders. One more deep breath. Inhale, come to reverse. You can bend that front knee. Exhale, windmill it all the way down. Step it back, flow or push back, down dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, that left leg rises. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, stepping it in between the hands, lowering that back knee. Now, if this lift and lower is really hard to do, you can keep it lifted the whole time. Bring the hands to the knees. Feel a tuck of the tailbone. Engage the core. Then bring that right knee to the outside of your left knee. Push into the hands. Try to straighten the forearms. Deepen the twist. Maybe you can gaze up over that left shoulder. Taking a deep inhale. Curl the toes. Exhale, push it up. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hands forward. Windmill it around. Warrior two. I need a 360 video camera. Sink into the hips. Feel a nice stretch on that right hip flexor. Inhale, flip that front palm to reverse. Straighten that front knee. As you exhale, reach forward. Drop the hand down. Stack the shoulders. Triangle. You might find on one side you can go lower than on the other side. Don't just assume that, hey, my triangle is always at my ankle, because maybe this hip is tighter than the other hip. So do what feels best so that you can stack your shoulders and really squeeze the shoulder blades like you're pushing them back into the wall. Deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend that front knee, come back to reverse. Exhale, windmill it all the way down, step it back, flow or not to flow. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Shake out the head. And then you can grab just opposite elbow and take a little sway action. Shaking it out. Bend the knees as much as you want. Just kind of ragdoll in here. One more deep breath. Slowly release the hands down to the mat, coming back into that forward fold. And then walk the hands forward, coming into your down dog. We'll add on a little bit to that flow. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. If you can, you're going to keep that knee up this time. Bring yourself up. Bring the palms together and come into the twist right away. Left elbow to the right knee. Your back knee is going to try to bend, but if you straighten it, you're going to feel a lot more strength. And if you try to get that heel over the ball of your foot, you'll feel a lot more steady here as well. Stacking the bones. Deep inhale. As you exhale, we're going to transition to that warrior two. Super fun transition. Feel like a dancer. Sink over that right knee. Make sure your body is coming straight out of the hips. So we have a tendency to lean forward a little or lean back a little. Try to get right over there. Inhale to reverse. Straighten that front knee. Exhale, reach it forward, coming down to your triangle. Stack the shoulders. Maybe you can go a little lower now that the hip is opening up. If not, that's okay. But also don't assume, you know, I'm always up here, I'm always here. Play around with it a little bit. All right, deep inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna bring that left hand down onto the mat. All right, you might need to step that back foot in about a foot. All right, both legs are straight and we're coming into reverse triangle. So you can have that left hand on your shin and then you open that right hand up. If it's available, you can have the fingertips on the ground or the whole left hand on the ground. Same thing though, if you start collapsing and can't open, just bring that hand up a bit. Stack the shoulders, twisted triangle. One more deep breath. You know, this is a challenging pose, a lot of stuff happening. Inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna windmill all the way back. That warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill it down. Step it back. Flow or down dog. And one more side, we'll take a little break. Inhale that left leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Bringing yourself up. Right away, bringing that right elbow to the knee. Push into the hands. Deep twist. Fire up that back leg. See if you can get the heel over the ball of the foot. You'll feel really steady here. One more deep breath. Now deep inhale. Exhale, we're gonna windmill all the way up to that warrior two. All right, from our warrior two, inhale to reverse. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, bring it forward and down into your triangle. Gaze can come up to that right thumb. Now slowly bring that right hand down. Maybe you can connect with the ground. Maybe you need to step that back foot in a little bit, trying to keep both legs as straight as you can. Place the hand either on the ground, or if you need to come up a bit on the shin, inhale that left arm up. Stack as best you can. Really think about pulling that left hip back. One more deep breath. And we're gonna windmill all the way back around to our warrior two. Reverse. Exhale, windmill it down. Step it back. Flow or not to. We'll all meet in a child's pose. Drop the knees down. Sink the hips back. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe grab some water if you need it. While we're staying in this child's pose, we're just gonna bring the thread the needle, bring that right hand in and just take a little twist. Rest that right temple on the ground. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand threads under. So a resting pose. And then if you want to come into this third and final round of flow, we'll come back into our down dog. If you want to chill right here in child's pose, go ahead and do that. We're just going to add on a little bit more. Inhale that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, coming through, preparing the lower body. Bring yourself up. Bring that elbow out, coming into that twist. Push into the hands. You might be able to drop that hand down and open up here. It's a very intense twist. You can also stay right here. Whatever feels good for your body. One more deep breath. As you exhale, you're gonna windmill those arms around, coming into your warrior two. Inhale, flip that front palm, reverse into your triangle. Exhale, stretch yourself forward, drop the hand down, open that left arm up, stack your shoulders. Gazing down, you're gonna bring that left hand down, either to the shin or the ground. Might step that back foot in a little bit. Try to keep both legs as straight as you can. And then inhale that right hand up. Really try to stack the shoulders and push this right hip back. It's gonna wanna pop out, push it back. One more deep breath. All right, we're gonna bring both hands down and we're gonna kick off that left foot into our standing splits on the right leg. All right, so hands can just be both on the ground here. Your leg can be very low. You're just working on getting it a little higher each time. Hands might come on, one hand might come onto the back of the calf, maybe both. It's really, really a lot of balance there. And then slowly we're gonna bend this back knee and come into a seated twist. So lower yourself down till you end up like so. Inhale that left hand up. Exhale, come to twist. Right hand's behind me. Pushing myself up to sit nice and tall to help me twist a little bit more. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths here. As deep as you can in this twist. One more deep breath. Next, inhale, slowly unravel. You're gonna bring the hands back in front of that foot. Pop up onto your left knee. My left knee is behind my right foot, and I'm gonna come back up in to that standing splits. Slowly lower the left foot back. I'm in my low lunge. I step it back, flow or not to flow. If you're sitting in child's pose, you're thinking, you know what, I just want to do that seated twist and skip the rest. Go for it. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Feel into the legs, lift the body up. Right elbow, left knee, push into the hands. Help yourself twist a bit. Fire up that back leg. You can stay right here, or maybe you can drop that hand down, left hand up. So we're really preparing sort of our warrior 2 arms here. We're gonna keep them nice and strong. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, windmill it around, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, coming forward, drop it down into your triangle. Maybe the hands can go all the way to the floor. Find what works best for you. Deep inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Maybe step that back foot in a little bit. Inhale, left hand comes up. Hand can also be on the ankle or the shin. Deep inhale here. Exhale, both hands down, coming into that standing split, this time on the left foot. Power it up. Make sure that this foot isn't just like chilling, like get it super active back here. You can point, you can flex, make it active. Maybe you can play with a little hands, release, shaking like crazy. All right, and then we're gonna slowly roll that right leg all the way down to the ground, coming into this seated twist. Inhale the right hand all the way up. Exhale, hook that or grab, whatever works better for you. Push that left hand and then look over that left shoulder. 3 deep breaths. As you exhale, really push all that air out, engage the core, twist a little deeper. 1 more breath. Inhale, slowly unwind. Bring those hands forward. I got my knee here. I'm ready to fire up this front leg. Inhale, fire it up. Exhale, step it back. Bring the hands back, either down dog or flow. Last flow. Yay. All right, and we're gonna come into our pigeon right away to rest. So inhale that right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Work those left toes back as far as you can. You can stay right here if that is a super intense stretch already. If it's available, just open it up a bit. Then as you exhale, maybe the hands can come down to the forearms. Hands can come down to the forearms. You can come down to the forearms. Maybe you can stack the fists and come a little lower. Maybe all the way down. Make sure wherever you end up, you're releasing the shoulders, releasing the neck, taking those deep breaths that we are committed to taking this entire practice to help purify the oxygen in our body. One more deep breath here. All right, so we've got two options. One is you can stay here for a few more breaths. The other is we're going to add in a little twist. So we just come up to the hands and we're going to try to get our right elbow onto the sole of our foot, kind of like when we did in stack pigeon at the beginning of class. Now, if this does not feel good or is not available, just enjoy that pigeon reclined a little bit longer. Pushing into the hands. If you're here, maybe you can gaze up over that left shoulder. A lot of core work happening here to protect the lower back. One more deep breath. Slowly, with control, releasing. We'll all come back up. Just taking a little bitty back bend. Exhale, release. You can either just swing this leg around or we'll come into down dog just to reset before we take it to the other side. Left leg comes forward. Pigeon opposite side. Work those toes back. Untuck them. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Seeing how low you can go on this side. Maybe you need to take a couple breaths on the forearms before you can go any lower. Just take your time. Deep breaths. All right, either staying right here. We're going to come into that twist if it's available for you. Bringing that left elbow towards that foot. Even if you can only get to here, it's okay. You don't have to get to this foot. All right, push into the sole of that foot if it's available. Push into the hands. Gaze up over that right shoulder. Keep pushing into that back foot. So your hip's going to want to open up, but you're going to keep trying to push the top of the foot in to maintain this twist. One more deep breath. Slowly coming back. We'll all come up, coming into that little back bend. Exhale. Either swinging that foot around to sit or coming into down dog briefly. Shaking out the hips a bit. And then we'll come into our inversion. So I'm going to lead us in shoulder stand away from the wall. But if you want to go to the wall, now's the time to do it. I'll walk us through a shoulder stand practice for those of us that are working to transition away from the wall. But if you're still there, walk on over. You can always just take legs up the wall as well. So if you're going to come, we're all going to come to our backs, whether you're at the wall or not. And we're going to, as if we were going into bridge, we're going to push the arms into the mat and then just bring ourselves into a pike or a 90-degree angle. And if you haven't done shoulder stand before, I'll say maybe just watch before you go into it because you don't want to be looking around and your neck is really vulnerable when you're in a shoulder stand. If you've done it, go for it. So you're going to push into the hands and then you're going to try to bring the feet almost all the way over. Mine don't touch the ground and that's okay. And then I'm going to work my shoulder blades together. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my back. I'm going to slowly start to lift my feet up, trying to get my ankles, knees, hips, shoulders stacked. And I slowly try to work my hands a little lower. And I maintain majority, like 90% or more of my weight in my shoulders. And really there's zero weight in my neck. All right? I zip my legs together. You can play with pointing or flexing, but you want your legs active. All right? And then my gaze is just towards my navel, and I'm just breathing, trying to take about 5 to 10 deep breaths here. It's okay if when you start doing shoulder stand, your legs are out here. Not a problem. All right? Slowly over time, you'll work on more core, more glutes, more legs, and you will be able to get this a little bit straighter. We're gonna take about 3 more deep breaths here. And take your time. If you're just kind of getting up, stay up. Make sure you stay up for at least 5, maybe 10 breaths. And if we've been up, we're gonna slowly let the feet drop back over the head, coming into Halasana. So the goal really is that our toes touch the ground, but you don't have to have them touch the ground. If your feet don't touch the ground, keep your hands on your back. You're fine to do your Halasana here. If the toes do touch, then you can interlock the hands if this is available, or you can just push into the ground. That's options. All right, you want to try to take a few more deep breaths here. And then, if your hands are interlocked, you're going to push the hands onto the mat, and as slowly as possible, it's like our one last little core workout, you're keeping the legs as close to the face and the body as you can, as you lower vertebra by vertebra, trying to stay sort of in that forward fold until you can't anymore, and the hips come all the way down, and you'll slowly, with control, lower the legs as well. All right, from here we're gonna come into fish pose. So you prop yourself up onto your elbows. All right, hands can kind of work their way under the top of the bum, and then you slowly drop the head or the crown of the head, if it's available, back onto the mat. And this is a great heart, chest opener. You guys can go to the tip of the nose, or you can close your eyes. Breathe deeply into the belly. One more deep breath here. And you're going to slowly bring the head up first, then work the elbows out to come back down onto your back. We'll take one last twist, but first just let the head gaze over one shoulder and the other, just wringing out the neck a little bit. After all that work. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest, rocking side to side a bit. We're gonna take a little bit deeper of a final twist, but if you wanna just let the knees drop over, that's okay. We're gonna take the right leg over the left as if we're sitting in a chair, and then you're gonna roll over to the right, okay? Opening the arms out to a T. You can stay right here, or if it's available, you can grab your right leg and straighten your left. So this is just an option. You can then gaze over that left shoulder. So it's a twist with one last little outer leg stretch. Slowly gonna release the hands. Twist yourself back up. Switch the crossing of the legs, so left leg is on top, and then slowly roll over to the left side. So whatever leg is on top is the side you, right leg on top, rolling over to the left side. You'll feel a nice stretch in this hip, and you can stay right here, or you can try to reach for that bottom foot and then kick the top leg out straight. So I'm like holding on here and on here. This isn't the best angle to see what I'm doing. And then gazing over that right shoulder. Taking deep breaths. Slow, deep breaths. Release the hands, arms out. Slowly roll yourself back. And we'll just come into a reclined butterfly. From here, you can take any last postures the body's calling out for. I'm gonna walk us through one little happy baby just because the hips feel like they need it, but if you wanna take anything else, go for it. So we'll start to let one foot come up and the other, making it a little playful. And then you can come into our full happy baby, pulling the knees towards the armpits, flexing the feet. Maybe a rock feels good. Maybe you just want to push that tailbone down towards the ground. Couple deep breaths. Slowly release that happy baby. Might feel good to take a little bridge, pushing into the hips. And then slowly coming back down. Maybe a little windshield wiper. And let's take about 3 rounds of breath to find ourselves into our Shavasana. All right. So coming to completely relax on the mat. Try to have the shoulder blades tucked so that you can really release the shoulders down away from the ears. Let the hips sink. Let the chest and the shoulders sink. Let everything melt into the mat. Stay connected here with the breath, with your dedication or intention. Keeping our mind, body, and soul on the path of Saucha or purity to allow ourselves to do just this one thing. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rolling your wrists and your ankles. And taking a deep inhale to lengthen as if awakening in the morning, taking a nice big stretch. And as you exhale, bending the knees and rolling on to your favorite side, pausing here for the last moment of reflection. When your Shavasana or meditation is coming to a close, do you suddenly realize you've planned the rest of your afternoon or week? Or have you lived within the quiet moments with yourself, your breath, your pure being? It can be the most challenging time of our practice to be still and silent with ourselves
but it is why we move through these shapes and sweat and breathe. So that when the moment comes to be still with ourselves, we can feel this release. You must practice the release so that we can find these moments of true contentment and purity. Gently bring yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. Keeping the eyes and body restful. Bringing the palms to heart center, beginning to rub the fingers and palm. And then transferring this heat and energy to cover our eyes. May we use this energy to see the beauty within ourselves and our world. Bringing the palms back together. This time transferring the heat to our ears. May we use this energy to hear positive thoughts about ourselves and our world. And one final time, this time transferring the energy over our heart. May we live our truth and find the beauty in all living beings. Inhaling the arms up overhead, bringing the palms to touch. Exhale the hands down to the heart. Namaste.